This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Delmar Assisted Living.
So if you think about your loved ones for a second, would you agree that one of the most feared conditions that might affect them could be Alzheimer's disease? Just the thought of them looking at you, not knowing who you are, maybe not able to remember those memories that your family holds so dear. It's enough to break your heart.
But here's the thing. Would you be able to tell if your family member or friend was showing signs of Alzheimer's? And if a diagnosis came, then what? Would you be able to care for them? Kevin Booth is the co-owner of Delmar Assisted Living and joins us this afternoon. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
So it's a question we all ask ourselves.
Absolutely.
Is it something, can you tell if it's just forgetfulness or if it's the start of Alzheimer's? Is there a way to know?
Well, everybody's forgetful.
Yeah.
I lose my car keys every day. Doesn't mean I have Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
But when your family members are getting older, it's not necessarily the forgetfulness. It'll certainly start triggering things that could be a dangerous behavior that you could start saying, wait a minute here, this is starting to get a little out of hand.
Now, nobody wants to think about the possibility of this happening, but it does. Mm-hmm. And caring for someone with Alzheimer's, not easy.
Not at all.
What kind of things do you see that people may not even consider when it comes to caring for someone with Alzheimer's?
Well, what I run into is that most people that care for their loved ones who have Alzheimer's or have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia forget that burnout is huge. And it's wonderful that they can care for their family members 24 hours a day at home, but things start happening where a person with Alzheimer's, the first big symptom is called sundowning. Where they won't stay in bed at night, or they'll start trying to wander, or if you're asleep and you're the caregiver, at 3 in the morning they might start cooking because they don't know what's daytime anymore, they don't know what's nighttime anymore. That's kind of their first loss, is their perception of time.
Right.
So it can become very dangerous, and it's very hard on the loved one because you're not a sister or a brother or a daughter or even a spouse anymore. Now you're a caregiver.
Right.
You're
you can't
taking
just take
care
the
of the
weekend
person.
off.
Exactly. You can't just take off.
So let's talk about some of the other common behaviors someone with Alzheimer's may have.
You'll notice little things like did they forget to eat, or you might stop by and check on them and the food's still frozen and sitting in the stove, but it's never been turned on.
Yeah.
So it's little things like that, or they might start hiding little things that really don't mean anything or really have no value, but they'll hide things all over the house because they don't want anybody to take them from them.
Right.
They get somewhat paranoid, if you will.
So if it's family member, we're going to feel obligated. I've got to take care of you. I've got to take care of you. It's okay to come to the point to say, I don't have what it takes. I need to find somewhere that can provide you what you need. What do we need to look for in a facility?
So they need to look for a place that, number one, is a secure facility, that if a person's wandering, you need to make sure that they don't, in the wintertime especially, wandering out into the highways and things like that. So you want a secure facility.
Right.
That's your best thing. That they have activities that are geared towards Alzheimer's and dementia residents, because they're totally different than those that are just for a standard assisted living. Someone that has alert, awake staff 24 hours a day. That's another big one. And even in our facility at Delmar Manor, we even have video surveillance that's running constantly. Not in private rooms, obviously,
right,
but in all the common areas we have video surveillance, just another tool that we use to make sure everything's going well.
Well, you know, Kevin, I've been to Delmar Manor before, and one thing that I noticed when I was there is that the staff really does a great job of keeping the residents like they feel at home, really.
Right, and that's the whole key. It's a home-like setting. We never wanted to make our facilities feel like an institution. That was our biggest hurdle, I guess, that we had to jump over. And you know, we've built 2 buildings there, and with 32 beds right now. Hopefully it's going to be 48 beds soon. But even in doing that, we wanted it to feel like home. We encourage family members, bring pictures. Hang them on the wall. If your mom likes purple, I'll paint her room purple. It's a gallon of paint. It's $12. I don't care. We'll paint that and make her feel like she's in her room and she's home. That's the main objective.
And important.
Absolutely.
one.
And it's okay to come to grips with the fact that you may not be able to do this, but Delmar.
Absolutely. Another big thing is we keep people through end of life. We utilize hospice services, which they are incredible. They are so incredible. We utilize them in all kinds of home health and other facilities, bring them right into the facility with us. And it's very important that people can age and progress in life with dignity.
Right. Kevin, you are a man among men.
Yes.
Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you so much,
you.
Kevin
Appreciate
Booth
it.
with Delmar Assisted Living.